you see me dance, I dance like a winner man. Good morning to you wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Mary Ebanks, good morning to you. Are you dancing? Yeah, take a dance this morning. Good morning to my friend Jillian McIntyre. Good morning. It's going to be a good day. It's going to be the best day of the rest of your life. Yeah. Sharon, good morning. Sharon Bartholomew. She says good morning. You're all the way from Northern Virginia where it's minus 10 degrees. I hope everyone had a blessed weekend. That is a nice figure, minus 10. Yulin says good morning, Gordon. Good morning to everyone. Blessings to all on this magnificent Monday. Have a wonderful, safe day ahead, everyone. Jennifer Lawrence, good morning, innocent viewers, listeners. Blessed Monday all. Yolan Swan, blessings and blessings and good morning to you, Mr. Joseph. Good morning to Grenada Carrier, Kupiti Martinique. Good morning to the parish of St. Andrew. All right, and the constituency of St. Andrew Northwest. Yeah, good morning, good morning. How did you do, everybody? Good? How was the weekend? Hope you all had a great weekend, yeah? 27 minutes on to 7 o'clock. Yeah. This is the day that the Lord has made, so let's rejoice and be glad. Good morning to you, my brother. So says Peter Joseph. Peter, good morning. Valerie Foray, good morning. Mr. Joseph, good morning. How are you? Good, good, good. Miranda Clark says good morning. Rachel Cummings, good morning, my beautiful country. Lots of love coming to get some orange sunshine. When you coming? You're late. 26 minutes on to the 7 o'clock hour. Yep, I know that's the time. And those of you who have to be on work for 7, you should be close to work, right? Nice. Yolan Swan and the family out there in Upper St. John and St. Andrew, good morning to you. How was the weekend? Hope you're doing fine. Catherine Phillips says, good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Innocent. Good morning, Catherine. Lovely. How was the weekend for you? Was it restful? Was it eventful? What was it like? I understand there was a great turnout at the Independence Calypso semi-final at Las Vegas on Saturday night. I really thought I would have gone to that show, but I just couldn't, man. Circumstances way beyond my control. Margaret Alexander says, good morning, Mr. Joseph. Good morning, Margaret. That name reminds me of Paulkins Douglas, Princess Margaret, Princess Margaret. How do you do? The folks inside of Windsor. Good morning to you, Windsor. Windsor is in St. Andrew or St. John. Monica Meros Williams, good morning, Mr. Joseph. I'm in Grenada. Daddy Godwin says hello. Well, I hope Daddy Godwin here too, eh? Yeah. Nice, nice. I hope you bring him around, eh? Lovely. Glad to know you're home. Let's get with the program this morning. It's time to head on to the word of the day. And the word of the day today, it is a verb. It's a doing word. It's an action word. That word is conflate. Conflate. C-O-N-F-L-A-T-E. That's the word of the day, conflate. Now hear this. Two closely related meanings of the verb conflate are 1. To confuse. That is, to fail to differentiate. And 2. To blend or to bring together. So it has two kind of meanings, eh? Kind of have two meanings. Two closely related meanings of the verb conflate are 1. To confuse. That means to fail to differentiate. Or 2. To blend or bring together. Here we can use the word in two sentences, showing that the comparisons and meaning. Firstly, be careful not to conflate gossip with real news. Fake news, as Donald would say. And we have a lot of that going around nowadays, eh? A lot of people giving fake news. Yeah. Inconsistent with the truth. Secondly, we can say the movie conflates documentary footage of and dramatized reenactments so seamlessly and ingeniously that viewers may not know what is real and what is not. So you see the comparison. So what I advise you to do is to learn to spell it, learn to pronounce it, and most importantly, learn to use it in your writing and your speech. Lovely. Well, like I hinted to you, the Calypso semi-final was on. That's the Independence Calypso semi-final. It was on over the weekend, and 9 finalists were selected. They are Edison Francis, that's Teacher Eddie, Finley Jeffrey Scholar, Jason Big J Joseph, Jermaine Simon, Superstar, Jerry Batiste, Papa Jerry, Kethura George, Micah Joseph Baraka, Michael Prince, and Sean Niles. So a serpent. The standby to that event is Christopher Squeezy Antoine. Wow. They're coming up against Nevian Cox, the reigning monarch. $15,000 first place, $12,000 second place, $10,000 third place, $8,000 fourth place, and each finalist are going to get $3,000. Really wish I was able to attend that show, man. The system, there is no truth in justice, no justice in the law. You remember Luther had that song? Nice, so let's see. The word of the day, we got that. Let's go to Nadisha's segment, the thought of the day. Good morning, Nadisha, and the folks in Cafe and surrounding areas. Yeah, good morning to you. Yep. Debbie, good morning. How you do, bro? Hope all is well. The thought of the day today. There is a great difference between wishing, hoping, desiring, and having a burning desire to achieve your goals in life. There is a great difference between wishing, hoping, desiring, and having a burning desire to achieve your goals in life. Nice. Good morning, Judland. Sylvie and Daphne, good morning to you. How do you do? Hope you all are well. Nice. 21 minutes on to 7 o'clock. From zero to hero. West Indies fast bowler Shamar Joseph has emerged as the latest cricket sensation, soaking up the love from the Adelaide crowd after securing his maiden 5-wicket haul in his test match debut against Australia. Now, to get 5 wickets on your first test against Australia, that is an accomplishment, yeah? Yeah, I do hope that you can keep up with the pace and keep up with the tempo and just continue growing and developing as a fast bowler. We're longing for the days, we're longing to have someone to come back on stream with, the bowling attack of Joel Garner and Andy Roberts and Michael Holding and Curtly Ambrose and Courtney Walsh, and Malcolm Marshall. And he has that appearance. I was looking at a clip where he knocked one of the Australian batsmen with a bouncer, boy. Wow. I felt good. I felt a little pain for the batsman, but from a West Indian, a long time we haven't seen something like that. We have the like of Tino Best coming on stream and, doing the do. But, Ravi Rampal. And he's a Joseph, you understand? Show them how we do this thing, man. Shamar Joseph, Guyanese. Okay, now a bus operator plying the Sates to Grenville Road is calling on the relevant authorities to put measures in place to address the constant flooding of the loading area. Now, the loading area where? In Grenville or in Sates? Which one? I know there are plans in place to mitigate against the flooding in Grenville, the town of Grenville. Yet another report of gunshots being fired, this time in residential area of Jangley in St. George. The incident has sparked increased concern among citizens. Yeah, a lot of guns are on the streets, man. I don't know, the RGPF, they really have it on their hands to deal with this one, yeah? Now, buzzing also, you would hear it in the news, the Maribo propagation station will be upgraded with a tissue culture facility. It should be launched sometime in August. It's being funded by the Chinese government. Thank you very much on behalf of the government and people of Grenada. And that tissue culture lab is going to assist us in, getting really good plants, really good seedlings. Also buzzing, the Grenada Union of Teachers, the GUT, shed light on several long-standing issues plaguing educators across the island, and that was done during a press conference on Friday. Nice. 17 minutes on to 7 o'clock. Auntie Winifred Hancock, good morning to you, and the folks inside of Castine, Mr. Balwant, and Stella and everybody. Monlong, good morning. The Chateaus, good morning. Zeggy and the crew. Cloge, good morning. Howdy do. Nice. Maran in St. John, good morning. The folks on the western side of the island. The TAM CC has benefited from a project valued at over $1 million that has made the learning institution more climate resilient. That's the way to go. Gotta do what we gotta do to save the environment, man. Climate change is real. Aren't you feeling the effects? The days are so hot, man, and it's gonna be hotter. It's not gonna get any better. Some folks are blaming it on that environmental phenomenon El Nino and La Nina. Well, whatever it is, it's really having a toll on us. Those are the buzzing stories this morning. I do have a guest this morning, and subsequent to that, we will have a conversation as best as we can. So I look forward to us engaging, Let me know what's happening in your neck of the woods. Let me see. Good morning, Innocent. You haven't collected your coffee as yet. Coffee of Farin. Yeah, I have my coffee here, I've got my coffee. The Farin, Petlin. Petlin, give me the coffee, boy. The Farin. Lovely. Folks, we've got to take that break. We've got the AM edition of News, Sports, and the Weather forthcoming. Those of you who are on the television platform, we've got a rebroadcast of Friday evening's television news. Bernadette Robinson says, good morning. Elsa Francis, good morning, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Gordon, that was a wonderful performance concert in Grenville last evening. Kudos to all those who made this happen. You're talking about the gospel concert, right? Cameron Andrew, good morning. My colleagues, them bless, love, and things. See me. All right. Silda Alexander says, good morning, Mr. Joseph. Jennifer Lawrence, I had a wonderful weekend. I looked at all the shows and programs. Beautiful Grenada, I'm proud. Jillian McIntyre says, good morning. Good morning. Lydia Cameron says, good morning also. Desmond Clovey, good morning. And new week, everyone. Marva Moore, good morning. Blessed day. Oh, today's your birthday. Happy birthday, Marva. Hope you enjoy it to the fullest and that you live to see long years to come. Yvonne Courtney says, good morning to you. And Grenada, Roger Buckmeyer, good morning, sir. Go back. Folks, we've got to take that break. We've got the news coming up. Stick and stay with us. We'll be back with you after 7.
When you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. Oh, I'll be right next to you. No, I will never leave.
AXA Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Kenroy Batista, GBN. The Grenada Union of Teachers shed light on several long-standing issues plaguing educators across the nation during a press conference this morning. The rest of the details in this report.
In its first press conference of the new year, the Grenada Union of Teachers outlined several long-standing grievances plaguing teachers on the island. Chief among the grievances raised were the challenges faced by teachers in obtaining pay slips, late payment of salaries, and delays in salary upgrades, particularly after obtaining master's degrees. President of GUT, Jude Bartholomew, expressed deep concerns over the difficulty teachers encounter in accessing their pay slips, a fundamental aspect of transparent salary management.
Because that is a matter that has been going on pressing for over a year now, with the previous administration and coming into this new administration where teachers are not getting their salary slip, and that is against the law. We have salary increases, we have all those things, and persons can really tell for a long period of time what the increases are, if it is correct, if it is such, and salary slips are important, because if you have to do some business transaction, you have to go to the bank, you have to get a loan, you have to do a number of things. You need, sometimes they ask you for your salary slip.
Bartholomew also addressed the issue of regularization and maternity leave for teachers.
We also observe one thing with the regularization. There are a number of teachers who really and truly fall between the category to be regularized, and their name weren't really on the list, so it's a matter of concern. And so that's why we're looking for a second batch of teachers as quickly as possible. And maternity leave and teachers' holiday are two different things. And basically what you see happening there, teachers' holidays are fixed, different from the other public officers. So we discussed that matter with PSC, we discussed that matter with the Ministry of Education. But one of the problems that we are having is basically when the teachers, they have to go on the portal, when they make the baby and such, and submit a form, the Ministry of Education should be really and truly doing their due diligence, and there is a backlog and a delay, all right, in honoring that commitment, so that the NIS or whoever would have to pay the members those on maternity leave.
The president said most of these issues, regarded as low-hanging fruits, can easily be solved. He highlighted what he believes is the root of the issues.
It is only in the Ministry of Education that the GUT do not have really anybody there as teachers to look after teachers' business. Who looks after our business is other persons from senior civil servants and other persons from other unions who look after GUT matters. And so what we observe there for the teachers, there are a number of benefits and a number of things that are slow and taking quite a number of time. But we are asking the civil servants, are those persons in charge of teachers who have to do the due diligence and do the paperwork and all these things, to do what they have to do, because behind the scene, the teachers are crying out.
He also pointed out what can be a possible solution.
It might come to a point where we may have to call or negotiate with the Ministry of Education to have somebody who is a teacher from the union, probably to be directly in the Ministry of Education to deal with teachers' business as it was done probably 2 years before, because we realize there is a backlog there and teachers are not really involved in that mechanism in the Ministry of Education. So
Rena Thomas, GBN News.
Well, young leaders converged at the Radisson Grenada Beach Resort on Friday for the ICANN Youth Leadership Symposium, an event spearheaded by Grenada's 50th Independence Anniversary Secretariat, the National Accreditation Board, and the Ministry of Youth. Beverly Telesford reports.
The Radisson Beach Resort buzzed with youthful energy on Friday as young people gathered for a National Youth Symposium centered around the empowering theme, I Can. The initiative provided a platform for dynamic youth leaders and experts to share experiences and valuable insights about young people realizing their fullest potential as leaders within their schools and other organizations. The symposium was spearheaded by the Grenada 50th Independence Anniversary Celebration Secretariat. The Grenada National Accreditation Board and the Ministry of Youth, emphasizing the unique opportunity they possess as torchbearers of Grenada's future, having been born into a generation that gives them the opportunity to carry Grenada for another 50 years to its 100th anniversary. Minister for Youth and Sports Jonathan Lecret beckoned to the participants to do their best to uphold the values of the country.
Because of the generation by God's divine providence you have been born into. And as a result of that, you have a responsibility to carry this nation to its next 50 years. I don't know if I'm going to be here tomorrow morning. That's the fragility of life. But even when I am gone, your school teachers, our principals, they are gone. The journey of the next 50 years of this nation rests solely on your backs.
Keynote speaker Bevan Charles, a Grenadian-born agriculture enthusiast, farmer, youth advocate and entrepreneur, told the attendees the onus is on them to fulfill their dreams, even though the resources, guidance and support may not be readily available.
I'm a stubborn person and I always believed that my life, I have to make the decision that I want. If I want to be successful, that success is the one I have to shape. And I'm saying this to say, despite the background that you have, despite the background your parents had, it's up to you. You're in school right now. Some of us have dropped out of school. We are often left unheard, often left unseen. And a lot of us feel hopeless. We have no guidance, we have no support. And what then do you do when you have a bold dream? You have a desire in you, a fire that's burning, and you want to create change, you want to do great things, but where are the resources? Where are the people who should have been put on this earth to guide you? The only one you can count on is yourself.
Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell encouraged the youth to create a future that they can later look back and be proud of.
Most people who change the world or who are trailblazers do so when they are young. And oftentimes they never repeat their accomplishments or the feat they accomplish when they are young. So when we talk about youth leadership, we are not talking about tomorrow. We are not talking about when you're old, because then you're not a youth. We are talking about youth leadership now.
The symposium was part of efforts to include the nation's youth in the 50th anniversary of independence celebrations. Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
Now, the TMISHA Community College has benefited from a project valued at over $1 million that has made the learning institution more climate resilient. Rena Ped Thomas tells us more.
The Ministry of Climate Resilience, in collaboration with the Rural Development Unit and with financing from the Eastern Caribbean Enhanced Direct Access Project, celebrated a major achievement with the successful completion of extensive roof repairs and refurbishment at the TMISHA Community College. The initiative, implemented under Component 3 of the EDA project, is aimed at enhancing climate resilience at the school at a cost of $1.4 Eastern Caribbean dollars. It is expected to boost the institution's ability to withstand climate-related challenges and provide a safer and more conducive learning environment for students. Dr. Stephen Fletcher, head of the Rural Development Unit, spoke of the importance of the project for the students and the school.
Physical retrofitting is important because it also allows for the building the physical resilience of our infrastructure, helping to ensure that even in times of bad weather, hurricanes and storms, that our buildings are able to withstand the vagaries of those changes. And that is important, very, very important as a people and as a country. It goes beyond providing a shelter, the retrofitting of the roof and enhancing that natural environment. that is very important because it lays the basis for learning. It lays the basis for students and other persons who will be using this facility to learn in a comfortable environment. If you're in a comfortable environment, you seem to be much more focused.
As the country faces the increased impact of climate change, such initiatives play a crucial role in building a more sustainable and secure foundation for educational institutions and the community they serve. Minister of Economic Development, Lennox Andrew, in his remarks, encouraged the students to take advantage of the improved learning environment.
I hope our young people, the beneficiaries of these climate-smart buildings, that you encourage each other to make the best possible use of the facility. Yeah? And that the environment is far more comfortable, it's far more relaxing, so you can enjoy your studies.
The administrative building and the School for Continuing Education are the two sections of TAMCC that benefited from the project. Principal of TAMCC, John Tellisford, thanked all those involved in the implementation of the project.
Today marks a momentous occasion as we gather to celebrate the completion of a vital project that has not only transformed our Tantine campus, but also strengthened our commitment to climate resilience. The installation of 2 new roofs on our buildings, generously funded by the Ministry of Climate Resilience, the Environment and Renewable Energy, and the Rural Development Unit, with finance from the Eastern Caribbean Enhanced Direct Access Project.
The successful completion of this project underscores the commitment of the Ministry of Climate Resilience and the Rural Development Units to fostering a climate-resilient future for Grenada. Rena Thomas, GBN News.
The story to report: a bus operator applying the Sortes to Grenville route is calling on the relevant authorities to put measures in place to address the constant flooding of the Loden Bay. He said motorists and pedestrians are greatly affected. Joseph Kador has this report.
Bus operator Curtis Williams has reached his breaking point. His bone of contention: the seaman laissez-faire attitude by authorities towards the prolonged flooding crisis in the Grenville bus terminus. Now, according to him, the situation over the past few months has worsened. Speaking to GBN earlier today, Williams pointed to some specific areas of concern.
I am currently calling on the relevant authorities or the traffic department at Grenville to consider us the busmen in a situation we've been having over the past few months or so, you know, as it relates to the designated area for loading, where we normally would load. Whenever it rains, there is a great amount of water that will settle in the area, and because of the material that was there, which is not concrete, it's just like some binders basically, it would make a muddy texture, you know. And however, if it suns the following day, remember the water remains, right? But it's on the following day, they would tend to want to send us in the mud, all right, to load and to carry out our business. So I am saying, as a bus operator, I've experienced the general public complaining. You know, sometimes, for example, a lady might be wearing a sandal or a slipper, and she may have to skip through the water, getting her foot wet and so on, you know. Sometimes, for example, somebody might be going to St. George's on business, may have a white shoe in their foot, and the white shoe would tend to pick up mud and so on. What the traffic warden would say is that they receive word from the authority or higher authority that the buses have to load down there, whether it be mud or whether, you know. And if you put up a resistance, they would say that you fail to comply with a lawful instruction. But in my view, I believe a lawful instruction should be reasonable. You know, I don't think that not because you have the authority and you have the power that you could literally tell me do anything and I have to do it. You know, you must be reasonable in giving a lawful instruction.
He is hopeful, though, that something permanent can be done to resolve the issue. However, in the interim, he has these suggestions.
So what I would like to suggest is that whenever it rains and the water is down there, let the buses relocate to this area here, closer to the building where there is concrete and where there isn't any mud or any water. Whenever it rains, if the weather condition is good, then we have no problem parking down there. But when it rains and when it's muddy, please allow us to park up here, like for the meantime, until a solution can be reached, right?
The issue of flooding in the bus terminus has been a constant cry for help. One can only but hope that the appeal isn't falling on deaf ears. Joseph Kador, GBN News.
Yet another report of gunshots being fired, this time in the residential community of Jean-Anglais, St. George. The incident has sparked much concern among citizens. More in this Nisha Paul report.
The Royal Grenada Police Force has confirmed that an undisclosed number of gunshots were heard in Jean-Anglais just after 3 a.m. on Friday. The incident comes on the heels of a similar occurrence approximately 2 weeks ago in an area known as the Ghetto on the Carnage, the same area where an undisclosed number of spent shells and ammunition were recovered during a police raid on Tuesday. Upon learning about the incident, the GBN News team took its camera to the streets to hear from the public how they feel about this growing and concerning trend.
No, it's not right for a small country like this to have so much violence, I mean, Grenada is a peaceful place. It's one of the most peaceful islands in the world, as I know.
They know who have the guns, go and deal with it. Stop making excuses, you understand? That's simple like that.
Personally, I don't believe the gun violence will stop because there is few parents you have now. Long time there was parents and there was people on the everybody was everybody's children. Now you cannot help bring up a child. Yeah? And when you look at the training have to come from the home. Unless it doesn't that will happen, that wouldn't stop. Yeah? And scriptures say that betterment ain't coming until the Almighty come. Yeah? But like I said, parents, we need good parenting, and unless we doesn't have good parenting, it will just continue.
The RGPF is making moves to curb the proliferation of illegal firearms in the country. Earlier this week, Assistant Commissioner of Police Vanny Kerwin said the RGPF is adopting a no-nonsense approach to combat the alarming rise of illegal firearms. With plans on the way to intensify street searches in a bid to eradicate this threat to public safety, strategic security consultants and regional security experts, Commander Garvin Hiera is encouraging law enforcement officers to utilize the same routes used to combat illegal drugs to clamp down on the importation of illegal firearms.
We have to stand out now and ensure that we can put strategies in place to treat with the importation, because it's transnational organized crime, and organized crime is a utilization of resources, a utilization of routes, businesses. We have businesses that are masking as legit businesses but conducting criminal activity. So the same way that we have strategists and planners of national security sitting to decide on different methodologies and approaches for law enforcement, we have criminals who are meeting and they are conducting their business meetings to continue to make money through crime. And the illegal arms trade has now become a prominent trade craft within the region.
Reporting for GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
The issue of missing teens has become a major concern for law enforcement. Assistant Commissioner of Police Vanny Cohen said it is unfortunate that the number of teens missing weekly is reflecting badly on the Royal Grenada Police Force. He said this is not necessarily a law enforcement issue, but they are obligated to become involved when teens go missing for more than 48 hours.
In fact, in the last few years, I can't remember a week that has passed and we have not put out a release asking the public for assistance in locating and finding teenage girls who for one reason or the other, left home, run away from home, call it what you want. This is becoming problematic for us. Most of them are not ending up being killed, and we're concerned about that. But we're also concerned about the socioeconomic factors that might be driving that trend. Why are so many teenage girls are running away from home? We have some information. We've been working with other government agencies to see how best we can deal with the situation. There are several factors as to why people run away from home.
ACP Cohen called for a community effort to reduce the incidence of runaway teens. He detailed some of the circumstances contributing to the rise in teens leaving their homes.
The family structure is one of the issues. We have seen situation where some young girls are unsupervised, and sometimes it's not by design. We have quite a lot of single parent home, and some of these mothers have to do 2 and 3 jobs to be able to make ends meet, leaving some of the children unsupervised, and those children, embrace the opportunity to do as they please, as they feel. We also have a few issues where there might be social issues in the home.
Other news, 3 Grenadians are the winners of the grand prizes of the Blast Mass 2023 promotion held from November 11 to December 29. The promotion allowed all Blast customers to win various prizes over 8 weeks. Operations Supervisor Crystal Cumberbatch spoke of the promotion.
Weekly prizes for vouchers at the Blast main stores, Esplanade, Wall Street, Guelph, and Grenville were also drawn during the promotional period. When players use the machines at any of our Blast locations, a representative presented players with an entry code. Players scanned the QR code provided to enter for this promotion. Players entered all required information on the web form, including the entry code, and submitted the information to qualify for the promotion.
All right, so the winners are the recipients of a brand new Toyota Hiace pickup, an all expenses paid trip to New York, and a $10,000 cash prize.
Some lucky person's gonna win an all-expense trip for 2 to New York. So the winner is Kindon Pierre Beckendraw, $10,000. Who's that lucky person gonna be? Who is that lucky person gonna be to walk away with $10,000 today? That lucky person is none other than Blondie Millet. Is going to be driving away with a Toyota Hilux. Miss Joseph will let us know in a short while. So it's Kimon Gilbert.
Human creativity meshes with nature's creativity and is viewed through the GBN ISO lens. Stay with us.
A good eye captures all. GBN ISO is brought to you by Clear Vision.
There's a bit of humor in tonight's GBN ISO. This artist is showing off his creative side as he paints the rainbow. See for yourself. We thank our citizen journalists for that submission. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp at 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
This is 50 years of Calypso excellence as Made in Grenada presents Calypso at 50 featuring Unlucky.
I must go back, my little island is called.
The original Inspector.
So when you see me in the cold mountain, what a plantain.
Flying Turkey, Lady Cinty, Smokey, Peter Humphrey, Randy Isaac, Woodsman Kelly, Squeezy, Scholar, Black Wizard, and Jamo. chapter, one stage.
Get ready to mark a historic milestone. It's the 50th anniversary of Independence Gala Cocktail and Dance, Saturday, 3rd February 2024 at the Crown Ballroom Radisson, starting at 7 p.m. for the all-inclusive cost of $500. All proceeds go towards the restoration of Government House. Secure your tickets now and be a part of history. Be there at the Radisson on February 3rd, 2024, hosted by Governor General Dame Cecile La Grenade.
Tickets available at Grenadian Optical, Melville Street and Grand Anse, the 50th Anniversary Independence Committee Secretariat on the Carronage, and online at gotofet.com.
On February 3rd and 4th, the Grenada Motor Club presents Grenada's 50th Independence Invitational Drags at Pearls International Speedway, St. Andrews. Come out to see our local boys compete against the fastest drag racing cars the Caribbean has to offer. There will be special entertainment from one of the Caribbean's top drifters and live performances from one of our local artists. February 2nd is the welcome party at Lavo Lanes. February 3rd, test and tune at Pearls International Speedway. And February 4th, drag race finals. Contact us at Grenada Motor Club 473@gmail.com. Grenada's 50th Independence Invitational Drags, February 3rd and 4th at Pearls International Speedway. This will be an epic one.
I'm a VIP. I'm a VIP.
I am a VIP. I am vaccinated. I am immunized. I am protected. Our children and nation depend on vaccination for immunization. Childhood vaccination is national priority. It is their protection from disease and sicknesses. Let's all be VIPs and safeguard our beautiful Grenada. I am DJ Blackstorm and I am a VIP health champion. Be a VIP like me.
Let's all be VIP champions.
A message from the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs. Be a VIP Childhood Vaccination and Immunization Campaign in collaboration with UNICEF and the Pan American Health Organization.
Oh, island in the sun. Look at how we've grown, how far we've run. 50 years we strong and more to come. More to come. More to come. We're going higher. 50 years we're blessed, we're forged in fire. Still reaching for more. Going up, going up, 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 up. Going up, going up, going up, up, up.
All right, welcome back, viewers and listeners. It's 16 minutes after 7 o'clock. It's The Conversation this morning, and I've got with me in the studio two beautiful young ladies. And to my immediate... Why are you smiling? Am I telling a fever something? Two beautiful young ladies. All right, I'm Grace this morning.
I'll be okay with just beautiful ladies.
Okay, all right, okay. I'll leave out the young part, okay. All right, to my immediate right is my good friend, Miss Janice Lessie, and to her immediate right is Miss Janelle Rubin Maguire. Right, I got it. I'm not getting old, man. I got this.
You got it.
I got this. And this morning we will be talking about this wonderful initiative being put on by the GIZ, the rainwater harvesting. There's a function tomorrow at the GBSS auditorium, and they're here to tell us about that. And they're going to stress a little bit on the importance of rainwater harvesting and so forth. Good morning again, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so who's going first? Who's going to tell us the main part of the menu this morning?
So we are here to speak about a consultation that is taking place, the rainwater harvesting consultation that is taking place tomorrow, Tuesday, at the GBSS auditorium from 5 p.m. The G-Cruise project on a whole, if I should just do a little backtrack for 1 second. The G-Cruise project on a whole is a 6-year project whose objective is aimed at building climate resilience within the water sector in Grenada. So it is a project that was developed by us, for us.
Okay.
Right?
And us being?
Us citizens on a whole, everyone, right?
Lovely.
And rainwater harvesting is one of the sub-activities under the project's efforts towards achieving a climate resilient water governance structure. We know rainwater is free, right? And in light of climate change impacts, we are encouraging the citizenry to collect and store rainwater.
Okay. When we get it.
When we get it.
Yes.
Because you know rainwater can be used for several household activities, right? So tomorrow's consultation, we will be speaking about rainwater harvesting regulation and guidelines. We previously had consultations with architects, draftsmen, and technical experts last year. And also we visited Carriacou and PT Martinique to get their input on the draft regulations and guidelines also last year. We did that December last year. And now we are tomorrow inviting the general public to come out and hear what the draft regulations and guidelines is about and to give us feedback, input on the respective areas, which afterwards we will collate and then take the next step.
I'm kind of wondering, rainwater falling from the skies, what kind of regulations could there be to rainwater harvesting? You have a drum and you put it outside, rain falls, they're going to tax us on that too?
What the consultation or the regulation guidelines would speak to includes how to set up a rainwater harvesting system, for instance. It would outline what design, planning, and the approval requirements that are needed, and this is where PDA comes in. And also it would speak about storage requirements and water quality guidelines. So, for instance, if I could just zero in on one of the areas, when we are speaking to the design, planning, and approval requirements, it states, and I'll quote a little piece from the draft regulations. Remember, it's just a draft. Okay. It's not final. All new buildings for domestic, commercial, industrial, or government use shall have included in the submitted drawings to the Physical Development Authority, that's PDA, an appropriate sized rainwater harvesting system.
Okay.
Now, in essence, what we're saying here is that your rainwater harvesting system must or should be able to adequately supply the members, for instance, within your household, right? Or employees within your organization in the event that there is no water in the pipe.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And then Ms. Leslie can speak a little bit further in terms of PDA's involvement, because GIZ, G-Cruise Project, is collaborating with the PDA in this regard.
Okay, Ms. Leslie, let's hear it from the Physical Planning Authority. What's the perspective on this?
All right. Well, as Janelle indicated, it's a partnership. And the reason why we are partnering is because once there is a regulation, we are the ones that are going to be implementing that regulation. As you and the general public probably knows, the Planning and Development Authority are the ones responsible for approving development, approving plans for any kind of development in the country. So what we are moving towards is a regulation where it becomes mandatory that every new plan for development that comes into the authority has a built-in rainwater harvesting system. It means that because of climate change and the unpredictability of weather conditions, for example, people who are living in the south of the island, they should be very, very, very concerned because there are so many major developments planned for that area, and already there are water shortages in that area. So it is just getting people to become more conscientious about the reality of rainwater and its necessity. In fact, this is the final one in a series of consultations that we have held collaboratively. We came back from Carriacou not so long ago, and it was, perhaps Janelle can later expand on what a good consultation we had in Carriacou. We learned from the people of Carriacou in terms of strategies that they've been using for generations.
Yeah, building the house in a way that the cisterns are below and
everything, the way they preserve the water and all of that. But like I say, this is the final, and coming out of this last consultation, it means that the regulations would be finalized. It will then go to the Attorney General, go through the legal processes, and then it will become law. So it is very, very important for people to pay attention. We don't want persons saying, if I did know and I did not know, and why is this and why is that. We want you to be a part of this. We want you to come out. We want you to learn more about it. We're asking all of the builders, the contractors, engineers, draftsmen, all of these guys, come out, because you are going to be continuing to do your plans, but now you have to include a rainwater harvesting system.
So let me clarify this.
Yeah.
Are you saying that going forward, someone's going to build a residential
property,
house or whatever, and in order for it to get approved, that plan, that drawing to get approved, it must have within it natural rainwater harvesting segment, whatever you want to call it.
That is exactly what I'm saying. For example, in our plans right now, if you're building a residential home, you must have a grease trap, for example, a simple little box that catches the grease before it goes down in the drain. That is about caring for the environment. If you're doing a commercial building, before you would get an approval without having spaces for cars, for parking. Now, you have to have adequate parking if you're going to do a commercial building that is not, let's say, in the town of St. George where there is a parking lot, So a lot of things are changing. It's not that the laws are new, but we are beginning to implement a lot of things. So rainwater harvesting and making allowances for rainwater harvesting, whether it's just a black tank, whether it's a more sophisticated system, that's the direction that we're going. So the consultations are almost over. The last one is tomorrow at GBSS, and we're just asking the community to come out, ask questions, find out about the financial implications to you in the future. If you're a young person who's thinking of building a home in the next 2-3 years, how will that impact you? Because there is a component of it that speaks to not just new development, houses and commercial and residential buildings that are already in existence, all right? So these regulations may also impact them. So come out. Let's talk about it. Let's find out more.
That's serious stuff.
It is serious.
We want to hear from you. We want to hear your thoughts. Share your thoughts with us, your comments, your concern. And also, if you are not able to make it, it's being broadcast live on GIS and also on G-Crew's Facebook page and other parties' Facebook page. So come out, share your thoughts, share your concerns. Tomorrow, 5 p.m., GBSS Auditorium, 5 to 8 p.m.
Let me ask this. I'm happy that you raised Carriacou and PD Matnik to an extent, because we know that they had their water issues over there. Coming from their consultation, what did we pick up? What did we get? What did we learn from the folks from Carriacou?
We learned quite a lot. So just to pinpoint, we learned the different ways of treating the water, right? We learned the storage size. They do cisterns, but what we're realizing, or some of the concerns that were shared, is now that they have to think of they must have an adequate system to accommodate the amount of persons within their households, right? And this is one of the lessons that we took away from them and we're bringing into this consultation that we will share.
Okay.
Because, for instance, underneath storage requirements, so we are going to propose or suggest or speak about the number of imperial gallons that one should consider per flow space to match their users. That is one of the suggestions. So we'll be giving ideas. If, for instance, maybe your household is 3 or 4 persons within, what sort of storage capacity you should have to be able to accommodate and properly serve the persons within your household.
I guess someone is trying to clarify something. Let's take a call. Good morning, caller. Caller, you've got to do better than that, man. You know the drill. Turn the volume of your radio or your television down when you're trying to get in on the program. You know that by now. Who does that? So, yeah, let's try it again and see. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Mr. Joseph. That was not me.
Okay, welcome.
Greetings. Listen, greetings to your guests. I'm rather enthused hearing this. I think it is long overdue. Reason why? Carriacou and Petit Martinique have lived that way. Bermuda is another country. For years they've suffered this problem and they've been able to mitigate deficiencies. But here's my little concern, and I don't know if the people have looked at this. In this here country, there are many people who simply cannot. Listen, you look around the country, what a paradox. I am blind, but yes, as I speak to people, there are many who are shacking up little things of plywood and otherwise just to find a roof over their heads. No. Is it contemplated in any way that the government will in any way, or whatever organization, subsidize the quote-unquote poor and marginalize who desire to have a home in order to facilitate this very, very important aspect of construction? Would the government assist? Do you know of that? Trust my question is honest. Have a nice day, will you?
Thank you very much, caller. I was going to go there eventually.
From the G Cruise project, no, I cannot answer that one. I don't know if PDA can.
Well, PDA definitely, that does not, our scope of operation and responsibilities doesn't go that far. But the reason I looked at Janelle is because it may not apply to the segment that the gentleman is referring to, but I do know that in the hospitality and commercial agriculture industry, there may be some grants on the GIZ side of things available.
Well, it's currently closed at the moment because we received quite a lot and we're going through that. So I think that would be for another program where we'll have to delve a little bit more into those. But currently it's closed because we got some responses, quite a bit of responses.
From a conversation I had last week with the PR person from GDB, I think coming out from the government of Antigua, they have this project.
The Enhanced Direct Access Project, yes. And that is something I would urge the caller maybe to consult GDB and find out a little bit about that.
Okay.
What is the essence of that? Just the basic, because I didn't hear about it.
In essence, they're saying people who are having problems with storing and saving water and so forth, they have this loan, very, very minimal interest rate. It's a project that is, it's a regional project, but it's spearheaded by a bank out of Antigua. But it's just in its closing phase here in Grenada, so you can apply and get funding at a very minimal interest rate. Good morning, caller.
Yes, good morning. Good to hear the G Cruise people. On April 19th, 2023, some 60-odd farmers were invited to a meeting at the National Stadium. After submitting documents for assistance in rainwater harvesting and irrigation systems, I know that funds, which was a presentation was made by GDB, a considerable sum of money, I understand, is still lodged in GDB. And as of today, January the 22nd, no monies, as far as I know, and I'm one of the persons I could speak about myself, have been calling consistently consistently, GDB and the people in agriculture, about rainwater, the project itself, after being qualified and told that, yes, there was going to be disbursement. And as we know, agriculture is one of the areas that is in dire need of water because of the changes in the climatic systems we're experiencing. Yes, I like this consultation. But when we have these consultations and we approve things and you take almost a year with monies available to disburse, then I have no confidence in what is being done. And I want these people to speak to this particular issue of the persons who were called to the stadium, because it's G-Cruise, given the projects were approved and up to date as far as I know, and I don't want to call names of the persons in the Ministry of Agriculture who have been in touch with, nothing has been done in terms of the disbursement. So the whole of last year, no funds was disbursed for the accumulation of the water, the little water that we had, or for the setting up of the irrigation systems that should have been set up. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller.
Caller, I hear your concern, and I will bring this to the attention of GDB and also my counterparts that are responsible within G-Cruise project with regards to that. And rest assured that we'll get this moving this year.
Okay. All right. I built my house since 2009 and I placed a water system in the bottom of my property. This water is used to do everything in my house. Remember, water will carry dust, so filters must be installed with the system. So says one of the contributors on Facebook. All right, so now in wrapping up the segment, just reiterate for us what the consultation is about tomorrow and the time and everything like that.
So the consultation takes place tomorrow, Tuesday, 23rd January at 5 p.m. at the GBSS Auditorium. We will also be broadcasting it live on the GIS Facebook page and the G-Cruise Facebook page, as well as other Facebook pages. It is a rainwater harvesting consultation. We're going to be looking at draft guidelines and regulations that were currently developed following several consultations, and we are bringing those to the general public tomorrow. So we are urging homeowners, prospective homeowners, business owners, farmers, architects, draftsmen, name it, everybody to come out. So if you are going home tomorrow, stop by the GBSS Auditorium on your way home and get a little bit of insight into what's happening. Tune in to the various social media pages and give your comments, give your feedback on it. So we're urging each one of us to come out, everybody to come out and participate in this consultation.
Ms. Lassie?
Well, what can I say? I am saying the very same thing. I know that one of our callers kind of mixed or blended two issues. The issue of the outstanding money for farmers and the issue of regulation that's being considered for implementation that's going to have an impact on every citizen of this country, including farmers. And whether that payment is disbursed or not, and believe you me, my heart goes out to you because I understand the frustration, but whether that money is disbursed or not, it's not going to affect the implementation of that law. And so therefore you're still going to be affected. So we're still saying come out and make your contribution. Your contribution is very, very valuable. I mean, I think that the fact that there are these consultations where people get to make an input into a law that can have far-reaching implications in various sectors of our economy and our country. I think it's important. It's very, very important. So just come out. Let's have a chat. It's not going to be long. And make your input and then head on home tomorrow. So folks, I look forward to seeing you guys.
You heard it. Tomorrow afternoon at the GBSS Auditorium, 5 p.m. Come on out and let your voice be heard, let your concerns be noted, and make your input into shaping the future of this rainwater harvesting that is coming on stream. You know, it's the age for that. That's it for this segment of the program. I'd like to thank Miss Janice and Miss Janelle for dropping by this morning.
And good morning to your audience.
Yes, good morning to your
everybody that participated. We appreciate that. Have a great day.
You
Have
must
a
come
great
sit
week.
with me one of these days and do a program as we did in the past. Folks, that's it. We'll be back after these messages. Don't you go anywhere. Don't you move a muscle.
This is 50 years of Calypso excellence as Made in Grenada presents Calypso at 50 featuring Unlucky.
I must go back, my little island is called.
The original inspector. Flying Turkey, Lady Cinty, Smokey, Peter Humphrey, Randy Isaac, Woodsman Kelly, Squeezy, Scholar, Black Wizard, and Jamo, and the Hitman Inspector. One stage, one night, Sunday, February 11th, 6 p.m. sharp at the Grenada National Cricket Stadium. Tickets are $50 and are available at Canadian Optical, Town and Grandans, Mitchell's Wellness, Grandans, St. David Pharmacy, Max's Bar, and St. Andrew Pharmacy, Calico, Sates, Sizemore, Licks and Bites, and GoToFed.com. The hits,
Tell you that, Inspector.
the classics, the performances as Grenada celebrates 50. Sponsored by Flow, Brighton and Miners, Antillean Group, Spicyle Auto Rental, Wayne Mitchell, Glenelg, Springwater, Grenada Bottling Company, Grenada Distillers, makers of Gladscott Rum. Sunday, February 11th, 6 p.m. Grenada National Stadium. This is 50 years of Calypso excellence.
Get ready to mark a historic milestone. It's the 50th anniversary of Independence Gala Cocktail and Dance, Saturday, 3rd February 2024 at the Crown Ballroom Radisson, starting at 7 p.m. for the all-inclusive cost of $500. All proceeds go towards the restoration of Government House. Secure your tickets now and be a part of history. Be there at the Radisson on February 3rd, 2024, hosted by Governor General Dame Cecile La Grenade.
Tickets available at Grenadian Optical, Melville Street and Grandance, the 50th Anniversary Independence Committee Secretariat on the Carronage, and online at gotofet.com.
Oh, island in the sun. Look at how we've grown, how far we've run. 50 years we strong and more to come. More to come. More to come. We're going higher. 50 years we're blessed, we're forged in fire. Still reaching for more. Going up, going up, 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 up. Going up, going up, going up, 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 up. We're going higher.
Agritech Limited Grenada is your one-stop shop for all your farming needs. We provide seeds and seedlings, pesticides, fertilizers, irrigation and water management systems, veterinary products, and a wide range of agricultural products and implements. Our staff is knowledgeable and ready to serve you. Call us on 435-9677 or 440-4460 or visit us in Happy Hill, St. George. We are open Monday to Saturday, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Sundays, 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. Agritech Limited Grenada. Come grow with us.
Your new Grenleg bill is even easier to read and still has all the valuable information you need to track and manage your usage.
Hey Mom, okay, your friendly tech support is here. So you got the new Grenleg bill? Let's take a look. The new bill makes it even easier to see your bill total, the due date, and much more. And take a closer look. It actually is a lot easier to understand. Let me show you. You can still see exactly what the charges are for, but in a great new format. It even shows how the cost of generating and delivering the electricity to you is calculated using your actual usage. And Mom, let Lucy know she can check out Grenlec's new Understanding Your Bill video. Anyway, look who says hi, and see you soon.
Your new Grenlec bill, easier to understand and easier to track your usage.
All right, good morning and welcome back to the conversation. I want to say happy birthday to, let me get Judy Plenty. All right, and that birthday greetings coming from Mildred Smith. I hope you enjoy the day to the fullest. All right, yeah, that's your mom. Okay. Harry Fisher says, good morning, Grenada. So too does Ian Reggae Master Jones. How you doing, Papi? Hope all is well. All right, Sharon Bartholomew says, Innocent, GBN should reach out to the Minister of Agriculture or from someone in the ministry to let us know what's going on with that previous caller, what that previous caller talked about. Okay, with the disbursement of funds. That is always something that is, problematic. All right. Good morning, Innocent. In the news, this is not the Israeli offensive. Hamas started this war. Hamas should be told to stop the war they started and hand over any hostages they have not yet killed. Hamas is guilty of genocide and apartheid as they seek to destroy Israel. A supporter of Israel. Okay. Folks, we do have some time. Give us a call, 435-2041, if there's something that you think needs to be mentioned. We're going to keep it as brief and to the point as possible. And right away, let's go to the telephone line and say good morning, caller.
Good morning, Mr. Joseph, once more.
Good morning, welcome.
Couple of observations, Mr. Joseph. First, growing up as a boy, I remember speaking of, quote-unquote, Tom, Dick, and Harry. I understood that as regards to identification simply as to any person, indefinite. But when we spoke of, and we continue, I suppose, speak of John Doe and Jane Doe, we're speaking of definitely identifying a male or a female. Are you with me, Mr. Joseph?
Yes, I am.
Great. But I've noticed, I have observed that in recent times that your guests are being introduced by the given first or Christian names only. Question, is there a particular reason for that, Mr. Joseph? You see, I observe the details, things that the common eye doesn't see. But my mind's eye sees. Is there a particular reason for that? Because I think it is deceitful. Do you have an answer now? Or we wish to leave it there and you would consider it?
I'll consider it.
Very well. Mr. Joseph, let's go to the meat of the matter. A couple days ago, Friday morning to be exact, at 9 o'clock, there was a program on your station introducing some people who again were introduced by the given names only, advocating for people with disabilities. By the formation of a firm, a company, they call it Advocacy Incorporated. I want Grenadians to be observant again to what I'm saying. In this here country, we do not have laws relative to the plight and status of people with disabilities. Albeit it's a duty of the state as established by United Nations Convention on the Rights of People with Disabilities. Remember, that group of people in our country, which numbered at least 26,000 plus, at least 26,000 plus, in our country in 2011, waiting the other census, Mr. Joseph. The state of Grenada refuses to domesticate the laws as established by UN Convention. For 38 years in this country, we have allowed the Grenada National Council for this, a fraudulent organization, soliciting cash and kind on behalf of a group of people that are never represented and continue. But you see, whatever is in the dark has to come to the light. Last year on the 20th of May in St. Paul's Community Center, a statement came from a very reputable lawyer in this country, testifying, of course, that in his research to speak of quote-unquote, the law and people with disabilities in Grenada. That was supposed to be his presentation. He sought to get information on the Grenada National Council for the Disabled, and there was nothing. No teeth was his words, were his words used. No teeth. For years we've been deceived. We've been calling for 13 years for the state of Grenada to activate some measures to guarantee that they adhere to the laws of the international laws by domesticating, or they have done nothing. So they have let that pass. Now that the Grenada National Council for the Disabled has been exposed, and they're obligated to lie low. Here comes Advocacy Incorporated, with a board of directors of foreigners based in the United States. I want to warn Grenadians of the following. Pay attention. If there are no policy, there are no laws, rules, and regulations, policies of the state of Grenada as it relates to the plight and status of people with disabilities in this country, brothers and sisters, no private company can take it up. What they're seeking to do is to go out there, solicit cash and kind again, but this time on an international level, in our names, enjoy themselves, while we hold the shitty end of the stick. Beware of them, brothers and sisters. Beware of them. Call upon your government to domesticate the laws, to put laws in place to guarantee our rights as established by international norms, and then from there we will take it. Not to allow it is something that you have to be absolutely careful about. Do not allow any private organization to abrogate the duties of the state while they enjoy themselves on our plight. Beware of Advocacy Inc. For what it's worth, first volley. Thank you very much, Mr. Joseph. Have a nice day, will you, sir?
You too, citizen. Have yourself a wonderful day yourself. It's 12 minutes on to 8 o'clock. That is our time. At 8, remember, we joined the BBC. Let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Hi, good morning, darling. How are you?
I am fine. How about you? How was your weekend?
I looking at my peace tree and them, and I find they looking like a second. You know, we don't pick first batch yet, but the trees and them start looking like second crop. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if we're going to get it nice and dandy as how it was looking. But climate change changing everything, you know. I hear a caller calling on the government to help the poor people that you remember. I think the Catholic home closing down, and some of the elderly in the home, or what the case may be. So I just want to call on us as family. Let us open our heart for our parents. In a sense, some of these people, some of them, they're in home. The family member put them in the home. And they not one day a month go and spend 2 hours with the old parents. When these people and them feeding people innocent, when you pass and you see the people inside, they were collecting the food and eating the food. They ain't even saying, well, I have a old mother home, let me collect a dish and bring home. He have some that need it, but he have some could do better than that. So let us not only put pressure on the government. I could talk big because innocent I had my mother. She was living in Telescope. I was living in St. George's, and I see she needed care and help. I take her from Telescope and I bring her in my home in Mount Parnassus, and I take care of her so I know how it feels to take care of your old parents. So, Grenadian, man and woman, let us reach out now and help our old parents who are there in the home. You might have a home now. Why not rent a room and put your parents and them? Come on, let us do something to our parents and ease up the back of the government. They're doing enough so we could take care of our parents. Okay. I find it fair. Don't you find so innocent? Listen, these people and them feed people, when innocent, they walk around the town. And when they see they have a deal for phone, the same people are coming for the food, they go in for the food. So after all, they're wearing down these people because these people and them here to feed the poor and the needy. So I find we must do something better. Bye-bye. Have a good day, darling. Love you.
You too. Love you more. It's 9 minutes away from 8 o'clock. go back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Welcome to the program.
Yes, sir. I want to possible make a correction. And I think, just give me a second, please. You would attest to a simple thing that someone said recently, that pensioners have to send in their pension, the slip every month or once a year, something so. But as far as I'm concerned, every December, a pensioner has to send in his thing around December so that he could get his salary for the next 6 months. That means from January to June. When June comes, or even before June, he has to send in, he or she, has to send in his pension paper, get it signed by a medical practitioner who usually charge $100. This is ridiculous. I would find the government should get people, I don't know if the JPs usually have to sign or they pay the JPs, but to get people to sign the pensioners form every 6 months for them freely. You know, shouldn't be paying. Because imagine that you have to pay $100 every 6 months to fill up the form. So I want to say, what the person said was a terminological inexactitude statement. It was never true. You don't have to fill it up every month, neither every year. Every 6 months. So people must get the facts straight. Although a lot of us may seem to be, we may believe it's fact, especially when we're communicating and we want to win people. Thank you very much. You can clarify that.
Thank you, caller. Have a good one. All right, Mary E. Banks says we should do more to help the elderly in our family. Vernice Bain, you can get this signed right in the pension office for free. Okay. Good morning, caller.
Yeah, morning, innocent.
Welcome.
I have this satisfaction. One of it is to do with Bloody Monday. Yesterday marked the 50th anniversary of Bloody Monday. It was the day that the late Maurice Bishop's father was killed. And I asked some young people, and some young people don't even never heard about that, about Bloody Monday. I think it's despicable on our part that we are not helping our people to understand some of the things that makes that are important, the historical dates. The late Rupert Bishop was killed while trying to protect women and children, school children, and you should know that. Then also, particularly with you, Innocent, the second year, I know you're on the radio, Friday gone. Friday was the 19th of January. It was also the 34 years since the late Wilfred Melody Baptiste OMHC died. And not a mention was made by him, but nobody on the radio. I mean, without Melody, Calypso would not have been where it is today. Melody is considered the godfather, the grandfather of modern Calypso. He contributed enormously. I worked with him too. So, and Black Wizard could tell you that. So if we go about forgetting those people who have contributed or who have sacrificed their life, then I don't think maybe you give people encouragement to do anything. Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. 4 minutes on to 8 o'clock. I agree, he has a lot to offer. Plus, if we were speaking about inclusion, we can consider him as representing the disabled community somewhat. Diane Thomas is saying that. Okay, let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Yeah, good morning, Wilson. How is everything?
I'm good, welcome.
No, Independence come up in a while. It's in February the 7th next month is all. Big celebration for the 50th anniversary. They borrow, I think, $50 million for Independence celebration coming up in any case. And I haven't seen a picture of the father of Independence nowhere wrong besides the little small pictures they have in the ministries and on the airport. They have a photograph nowhere on the side of the road to show people that's the father of Independence. So I don't know who they really celebrating. They're celebrating the air and not the person or does the word. Because they putting all kind of bunting up in the sky, all kind of design a carnage for Independence celebration. And the father of Independence, you have got a photograph of him at the airport. Then nowhere in the wrongs about which he bill, nowhere wrong Grenada. So who really celebrating? Does the anniversary alone and not the father? The man who fought and fight and do everything for Grenada? I find that disrespect on them and the way they are operating with Gary and things.
Okay.
Very disrespectful.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much. Three minutes away from 8 o'clock. Let's see who else we can get in on the conversation. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the program.
Yeah, I just like to concur with Mr. Rollo with what he said. I could confirm that what he said is true in Mr. Ferguson and the GNCD. So I know enough people that hear Mr. Rollo and think he's just talking, but he's talking facts.
Okay.
So we need these things on them to be regulated, and it has to come straight from the government to implement the Convention on the Rights for Persons with Disabilities. They need to put these things on them in place and put it in law, because there's nothing, as Mr. Ferguson told us the night in St. Paul's, there is nothing, and the GNCD really and truly does not really is not really the official representation for persons with disabilities. So we need these things on them regulated if we really want to see it like if we're one people, one nation. Persons with disabilities are citizens of Grenada just the same, and they need to be treated like that. And to do that is for inclusion. Everybody talking inclusion, but if nothing is in law and nothing is in place at a state at the top, it starts at the head, yeah?
Okay.
And for anything to be implemented and people to see, because at the end of the day, like for instance what Mr. Ferguson said in when coming towards physical planning and building like buildings like say for instance a doctor's office, persons with disabilities may be not mobile to climb a step, but there's nothing in law to tell them, well, you have to include a ramp, include these things on them because it's by law, you understand me?
Okay.
So it's just what's going on in Grenada is by choice. So if they're building a building and they decide, let me put a ramp to incorporate for persons with disabilities, it's a choice. It's not nothing in law to say,
okay, caller, we have to wrap it up. We have to join the BBC. Thanks for your contribution, okay? We'll take it into consideration. Have a good day. Folks, this is where we wrap up the program this morning. Those of you who participated one way or the other, thank you very much for your contribution and participation. And if the good Lord spare your lives, we'll do it again tomorrow. Same time, same frequencies, channels, and platforms. I love you. Bye-bye.
Grenada, come and enjoy 3 nights of celebration and consecration as the Lateran Revival Center celebrates Grenada's Jubilee anniversary. Let's come together to give God thanks for the past 50 years. Join us from January 31st to February 2nd at the Gateway Conference Center in Point Salines. Special guest, Bishop Griffin Daniel from Dominica, bringing a powerful message to pure Grenada. Don't miss this special celebration for Grenada's Jubilee Independence this anniversary. Come and experience spiritual growth, unity, and gratitude. Hosted by the Latter Rain Revival Center, where faith comes alive.
I love my Grenada, my homeland forever.
Grenada, our beautiful pure island, is turning 50. And what better way to celebrate than with an evening that captures our heart, our spirit, our journey. Welcome to Up From Here, an experience of our past, present, and future. Join us at the National Cricket Stadium on Friday, February 2nd, as we revel in a spectacular showcase of Grenadian talent from our very own shores and from across the seas. Our artists are coming home to celebrate with us. Experience the rhythms that rocked our past and melodies that map our future. Live bands, sensational artists, dynamic dancers, all on one stage. And the best part, it's absolutely free. Gates open at 7 p.m. Showtime 8 p.m. Come early. Bring your family. Bring your friends. Let's fill the stadium with our pride, our joy, our unity. 50 years of music, talent, and creativity. This is our moment, Grenada. Let's celebrate. It's only Up From Here together. Stay connected to our social media pages for updates at Grenada Turns 50.
And so it begins. A journey like none other. Every moment has the potential to be unforgettable. Bring home a piece of the tropical green forest with every emerald. Capture the sparkling light of flawless water in a diamond. Make the sunrise and sunsets last forever. With precious colored gemstones, the essence of happiness is in our most precious memories. So, when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will last forever. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire and accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada, St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.